Very much, Ellis and Barbara. In the meantime, my next guest says the Democratic Party has moved so far left that he's had it, so he's leaving the party. And he's not so keen on the Republicans either. That is why Pennsylvania State Senator John Yudichak is now an independent. Senator, very good to have you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, and good morning, Neil.
What was it about Democrats that had you saying, as a Democrat, I don't want to be a Democrat?
Well, I don't see it as leaving the Democratic Party or embracing the Republican Party. What I'm doing in moving to become an independent is really trying to change the toxic conversation that we have going on here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and across the country. I choose the politics of we over the politics of us versus them. I choose people over political parties. It's how I was raised. Find common ground, build bipartisan coalitions. Unfortunately, the purest politicians on the Republican side of the aisle and on the Democratic side of the aisle are pushing that conversation out. I want to deliver and get things done for the people of northeastern Pennsylvania, where I represent Luzerne and Carbon counties. That's getting harder and harder to do because of the toxic conversation. The purest ideology is winning out over building common ground and common purpose.
But isn't your district, that was a district that went for Donald Trump last go around, right?
That's correct, and we also voted for Barack Obama.
Right, right. So do you feel like you're on a tightrope here and that it could backfire on you? Some Democrats were surprised. Other Republicans were a little bit leery. How have you been responding?
The response has been overwhelmingly positive, particularly from my district here in northeastern Pennsylvania. In fact, on the ride here today, in the car, the driver let me know he thought I was 100% right. People should choose the candidate, not the party.
So what
we
do you
need
think
to get back to a conversation
I'm sorry, sir,
where
but,
we can build common purpose.
This is
if we're going to
interesting.
win the war on terrorism, if we're going to grow the economy, build the bridges, build the roads,
but sir,
protect the environment,
issue here,
and combat climate change, these are big issues.
Yeah,
they
but
can't
they're not being addressed by either. They're not being addressed by either party. They're not being addressed by either party. Tulsi Gabbard trashed the Democratic Party recently as not the party that is by and for the people. She accused Kamala Harris, who's also running for president, of trafficking in lies and smears and innuendo. She attacked Pete Buttigieg as well. Do you think that there is a battle going on for the Democrats' soul?
I think there's no question of that. And we saw it a few years ago in the Republican Party with the rise of the Tea Party. We see a rise of this purist agenda. Look, I'm the father of 4 beautiful daughters, and they are wonderfully smart young girls. I will never be 100% right. Dad will never be 100% right in their eyes. So if politicians that are trying to drive an agenda that you have to be 100% pure to, put it in other terms. You just had the CEO of Walmart on. If a business sold to one customer and only listened to one consumer, they would go bankrupt. The parties have to listen to the broader tent, to the broader electorate. They're not doing that. Both parties are not doing that. That's why I've decided to become an independent.
Very interesting. Senator, thank you very, very much. Good having you on.
Thank you.
In the meantime, Hong Kong holding